Do you often use other people's used things for your own gain? Give it some time if you said yes. This small mistake could defeat you. There are 5 things that can ruin your relationships and your life's happiness. This is because you may be using these things too, whether you know it or not, and they are bringing bad vibes into your life. Please tell us about those 5 things that Dolores Cannon won't use. Also, have you ever thought about the energy all around us? Could you picture me giving you my old umbrella and asking you to use it? Maybe I'd give you my phone and tell you to use it to call someone instead. Do you agree that it sounds very personal? Like some things we wouldn't give, there are spiritual items that have a lot of power, and you should never accept them from someone else. Don't worry though, I'm going to tell you 5 things that you should never let into your life. It's clear that you shouldn't let this happen. These things will only bring you bad things and destroy or lessen the good things in your life, and we all believe this to be true. Why does what I think not happen after all? Everything else takes place. Have you ever felt this way? I'm sure this is how you felt. This view is very spiritual and occult, but it also makes sense as I will show you with each of these things. First, that basic spice is hidden away in your cooking cabinet, but don't forget how important it is. Have you ever thought about why it's not a good idea to take salt from people you don't know? It's more than just being picky about the plates or the dinner table. No, this story is not just salt and mirrors. It has a lot more to it than that. Think about the following situation and let me know what you think. Isn't that a little strange? Anyway, there's more going on here than how you act. You see, salt has this amazing ability to take in energy. When it comes into touch with other people, it may take on their energies, whether they are good or bad. That being said, the next time someone offers you salt, it might be nice to say no. You never know what kind of energy it might have. So since that energy is taken in by the salt and stays with you, I would suggest not using salt that has been changed by someone else. The mirror is the second thing. Let's talk about the mirror. Think about this, mirrors. Those things that look simple but are actually more complicated than they seem. In the past, people thought that mirrors were windows to the soul because they showed us our true selves. The worst thing about it is that their energy lets me explain it to you now. You shouldn't be scared if someone brings you a brand new mirror, but if it's been in someone else's house for a long time, at least a few months, it might have some strange energy attached to it. Mirrors aren't just flat surfaces that reflect light. They're also places where psychic energy from other worlds can enter. Adding a strong mirror to your home without learning anything about its history is not the best idea. To be clear, think carefully about where your mirrors come from. And hey, you might want to think twice about throwing away any old mirrors you have lying around. Before we go on, we want to say something. We all know that sometimes it seems like everything is going well, but then something goes wrong in our lives or in our relationships. This can happen whether we are aware of it or not. So, don't use these things, even if you mean to. The third thing you should never take from someone is a used cushion. To make my point clear, think about how long we usually spend in bed. 8 to 10 hours a day. What really opens our eyes is that mattresses not only provide support for our bodies while we sleep, but they also soak up energy from all directions, including the dreams we long for. They bring in all kinds of vibrations, even ones we'd rather not have in our safe haven of rest. So, before you think about taking in an old mattress, you should think about whether the energy it may hold is good for your night's sleep. When you were in a hotel, have you ever felt a little off? You may have had strange dreams or been waking up at odd times. You're not alone. As I said before, a worn mattress is like an energetic vortex that is not in sync with your energy, and this can affect your sleep patterns and dreams. You might find this strange, but it's true. Just like in a hotel, you must have felt a little awkward lying down on a friend or family member's bed when you went to their house. This happens because if something bad happens, it will definitely affect you. You will become restless all of a sudden. Don't take someone else's mattress by mistake next time, and don't give your old mattress to someone else either. If you gave your mattress, you gave your vibes with it. Dolores Cannon also says you should never use someone else's wallet. Dolores Cannon says that everything has energy, so if you use someone else's used things, the vibrations from them could cause problems in your life. This is especially true for mattresses that have been used by a couple, because sexual energy is a very subtle but powerful energy that could also cause problems for your energy. Because of this, if you want to avoid a bad night's sleep, be very careful and get your own mattress. As a result, it is recommended that you always buy new mattresses. Your health and sleep are too important to risk. Whether you choose an expensive or inexpensive mattress, it is best to use your own mattress if you want peace and quiet in your life. If you're using a mattress that someone else gave you, you should replace it as soon as possible, whether you are aware of it or not. Do this because it will help you and is the best thing to do. Let's move on to the next one. Remember what it's like to be given an old wallet or purse? One of the things you should never take from someone is the fourth thing on the list. That's it, right? Then why is it making such a fuss? Think of money as something like an invisible force that people carry around with them. The shocking thing is that energy and everything else are linked to the last user. Think about this. When you open the wallet, it might not have anything in it, or it might have old coupons, papers, or even credit cards that you haven't used in a long time. What kind of power does that look like it have? It's kind of like someone else's loan, right? Here's where things get interesting. The real owner of a bag has to add money to it, and you can guess who that is. You. I'll even show you how to do it in a movie, but you can't pass if that wallet has already been used, even if your friend is very helpful. I'll tell you a short story about two friends named John and Rosie. Every time John took money out of his wallet to pay his bill, he would think something negative like, "Oh God, how much money is being spent? All my money is being spent. My wallet is becoming empty." Saying this would bring him more negative thoughts, and his wallet would always stay empty. During bill payment, Rosie would say, "Thank God I have so much money that I can pay my bills." You won't believe that her purse was never empty, and she always had enough money with her to pay her bills easily. It depends on your thoughts, whether they are good or bad. The way you think affects your life. It's best to be safe, because you never know what vibes something might bring you. Now let's talk about padlocks, the fifth thing you should stay away from. I know this sounds a little strange, but trust me when I say that some shady people will use padlocks in ways that will make your head spin. Putting your name on a padlock and handing it to you makes you feel like someone is messing with your fate. It looks like something out of a movie, but it's real. Most of the time, you should never take someone's padlock unless it's still sealed in its original box. This is important. Most of the time, it's better to buy one yourself. It may seem a little strange, but the spiritual world is real. It's kind of like the butterfly effect. It may not seem like much at first, but over time it adds up. In conclusion, you should always be careful about the people and things you let into your life. If you have the least bit of question about whether or not using all of these things really does change our lives, just pay attention to them for a few days. You will see that they do. If you pay your bills with bad thoughts like John did, you will always be short on money. But if you pay your bills with gratitude, you will never be short on money. Dolores Cannon also knows the same secret. There is energy in everything, so always think positively and never take other people's used things. These 5 things will bring bad things into your life, so stay away from them. If you watch this video and pay attention to the things that are said, you will understand what happens when we use other people's things without thinking. As much as possible, you should not give your things to other people or use other people's things. Try this for a few days, and you will see the difference and understand what positivity and negativity have to do with all of these things. We should all understand this, try it, and let others know what you think. I hope you enjoy this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you need more information about things to avoid, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching and stay tuned. Also, one more thing. Which of these 5 things were you using? Let us know in the comments if you plan to stop using it. Thanks a lot. So be sure to watch this video all the way through. Aimed a flood. I'm here to clear things up. Someone dips their finger into a bowl of salt and takes some for themselves. Sometimes being a bit complicated is in line with the peaceful atmosphere, or notice that energy in that bed. Keep in mind that it's someone else's used mattress. Stay away from negative vibrations is a purse or wallet that holds more than just coins and bills. That money is now going to someone who used to spend it. Rosie used to find it easy to pay her bills. I promise you that if you need a good quote, Rosie will be in your life like a rosary. She will be there for you and others to do the same until we talk.